I've always been under the impression that my cookbook is for everybody. You know, I cover lots of different recipes, and even though it's a paleo cookbook, I think it's just a full of great recipes. And I remember one time a distributor refused my book because they were vegan, and they gave me a very strange reason about why they wouldn't sell my cookbook, and it was to do with the fact that they saw that paleo way of eating and living was cruel to the planet, which I think is something that's not covered very often because people focus on the other sides of paleo. And I had an interesting conversation with the person, and I think I kind of maybe persuaded him otherwise, because in reality, paleo actually promotes and advocates consumption of very sustainable, well, ethically raised meat. We're all about having wild seafood, not farmed, grass-fed meat, free-range, pasture-raised cattle, not grain-fed, feedlot fed cattle. So I always say to people, if we were to turn vegetarian completely, and I've got nothing against vegetarian lifestyle, I think, it's admirable for what they're trying to do. But if we were to turn vegetarian tomorrow, the amount of pastures we would have to destroy in order to grow grains and soybeans and corn to produce the foods that will need to replace animal products means that we would actually take away the pastures from the cows and the chickens and the geese. So if we could go back to sustainable farming practices where the cattle, the cows would go and feed on the grass, and then the chickens would run afterwards and fertilize the soil, and we had chestnut trees and produce and plants growing around the sort of pastures. You have this very self-maintained, almost cyclical land management, whereby the ecosystem is very healthy and everybody lives in peace and harmony. And I think even though we consume the meat, we're actually doing it in a way that doesn't harm the planet overall.